Good morning, I am Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Despite 6 officiating police officers, including SSPs, arrested in connection with gold smuggling scandal, TIA officials with possible connection running scot-free as of yet. Nepali Congress to probe into corruption charges related to election publicity materials procurement. NC Treasurer Sita Devi Yadav to lead the 7-member probe committee. Cambridge Analytica, the political consultancy at the center of the Facebook data sharing scandal, is shutting down. The firm accused of improperly obtaining personal information on behalf of political clients. And Liverpool sees off AS Roma in aggregate at the semi-final round of the UEFA Champions League, storms into the grand finale to take on Real Madrid for the title clash. 6 officiating police officers, including SSPs, have been arrested in connection with the infamous gold smuggling scandal. However, the role of officials at the 31 International Airport assigned of regulating any untoward activities at TIA have not been investigated as of yet. It is the duty of customs deployed at the TIA to check every material that lands at the country's only international airport. At the same time, the Department of Investigation has been assigned with the duty to keep records of any dubious individual who are found to make repeated foreign trips. A Central Investigation Bureau report says that one individual who has been arrested in the smuggling case had made 42 trips to Dubai. The speculations are therefore raised over the roles of immigration officials who did not monitor the activities of such individuals for such a long time. The CIB has also revealed about the connection between customs officials at Extra Department and gold smugglers. But the question arises again about why the CIB officials could not act in time to nab the culprits. At a time when the infamous 33-kilogram gold smuggling is becoming a talk of every household, calls are also raised to nab TIA officials who have a nexus with the gold smugglers. Let us now proceed with the latest national political updates. Nepali Congress is going to probe into corruption charges while procuring election publicity materials. A 7-member probe committee led by Nepali Congress Treasurer Sita Devi Yadav is in the offing to carry out the investigation. Preparations are underway to give full shape to the committee in the next few days. Treasurer Yadav said that the committee would be powerful enough and it would reveal the truth behind corruption allegations. Nepali Congress Chief Secretary Krishna Podel, Secretary Prem Kesi and Accountant Ravin Bajracharya have been alleged of their involvement in the corruption while procuring election publicity materials. Chief Secretary Podel, on his part, brushed aside allegations, saying that the new committee would reveal the guilty party. Following allegations of irregularities, Treasurer Yadav had demanded a probe into the incident. However, despite the formation of the committee led by Yadav, Nepali Congress spokesperson Biswa Prakash Sarma claimed that the issues of irregularities were not raised in the recent NC meetings. It may be recalled that Kantipur television last week had aired about irregularities within Nepali Congress during procurement of election publicity materials. A regulation has been proposed to boycott members of the federal parliament from any decision-making processes that has their personal interests attached. The proposed regulation was due to repeated past experiences which showed how lawmakers working with personal agenda influenced many decisions at the national level. The responsibilities for each existing lawmakers will be announced once the committee working on the Parliament's working manual finalizes the proposal. There are plenty of past precedents where lawmakers have lobbied for laws and policies in favor of organizations and businesses they were associated with, thereby influencing the decisions made. To avoid such incidents from recurring, a proposal for provision that prohibits lawmakers with personal interests from attending discussions is now in the offing. This is expected to prevent parliamentarians from forming laws, acts, regulations and directives that favors their agenda with self-interest, while also discouraging the practice of putting pressure on senior leaders for political and financial gains. Majority of the current lawmakers are directly or indirectly engaged in health, education and other businesses, which increases the chances of them influencing the policies. CPN Maoist Centre has said that it completed all political processes in terms with seeking unification with the CPN-UML. A meeting held at the party office in Koteswar yesterday concluded that party unification should be done at the earliest, as both the parties have reached consensus regarding the political issues. However, the responsibility of party statute and association have been shouldered to CPN Maoist Centre Chairman Pushpa Kamal Dahal. In the meeting, Maoist Center Chair Dahal had informed about progress in party unification. Maoist Chair Dahal further informed that another round of meeting with CPN-UML Chairman KP Sharma Oli would be held today morning to reach an agreement on remaining issues. Meanwhile, preparations are underway to conduct the meeting of Party Unification Coordination Committee after the chairmen of both the parties hold their meeting. Student unions of major political parties padlocked offices of school umbrella organizations PAPSN and NPAPSN yesterday. The student unions, as well as them, of establishing syndicate in the education sector and ripping students with exorbitant fees. However, this is not the first incident of the kind where school umbrella organizations were padlocked. Majority of the student unions staged protests against private schools charging exorbitant fees at the start of academic sessions every year. However, such protests have had minimum effect upon private schools, who have continued with their merry way as far as academic fees are concerned, while the protesting student unions remain silent the rest of the year. Student unions of CPN-UML, Nepali Congress and CPN Maoist Center announced a stage-wise protest against private schools yesterday. These unions had staged similar protests and made similar demands last year as well, the turn of events still unknown to the general public. Parents and guardians have said there are agreements made between protesters and private schools behind the doors that has continuously left the protest ineffective. Based on the decisions of the Supreme Court, a school can increase its fees once every 3 years. At the same time, private schools need to inform and take approval of the Parents and Education Office for any increase in fees 3 months in advance. However, schools have not fulfilled any of these criteria. The concerned regulatory bodies have also conceded their helplessness against private schools, only further reinforcing the malpractices. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse. Would you text us with your opinion?
Public Pulse.
And the question is, why do student unions padlock schools' umbrella organization every year? Your options are A, to raise donation, B, to show political influence, and C, for students' sake. The voting is on. You can type NEWS, select your option A, B or C, and then send it to 8080 to share your opinion with us. Yesterday, we had asked the locals of Dhanusa, Kailali and Chitwan regarding what they had to say to local representatives who are more concerned of the facilities instead of development works. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
कसरी हुन्छ सुविधा भोग गर्न पाउने मात्रै उहाँले आफ्नो सम्बन्धित निकायमा माग गरेको मात्रै हामीले सुनिरहेका छौं र अन्य कुराहरु चाहिँ जनताको चाहिँ जुन समस्या हुन् जुन मागहरु हुन् जुन आवश्यकता हुन् त्यो कुनै कहीं पनि पूरा भएको हामीले थाहा पाएको छैनौं
वाचा गरेर आएछ जनताको सेवा गरौं त्यो हिसाबले गर्नु पर्यो
रोड निर्माण होला स्कुलहरु भवनहरु निर्माण होला भनेर आशा लिएर बसेका छौं तर उनीहरु आउँछन् भन्छन् अनि जान्छन् अनि यहाँ उल्टै के भइराछ भने आफ्नो हामीले तिरेको ट्याक्सको पनि उनीहरुले दुरुपयोग गरिरहनु भएको छ
आफूले सुविधा कसरी चाहियो मैले कहाँबाट पाउने खाली त्यतिको मात्रै ध्यान भएको हुनाले हाम्रो अहिले गाउँठाउँको मान्छेहरु कति पनि खुशी छैनन्
यो चाहिँ गलत प्रवृत्ति हो यसलाई चाहिँ उहाँहरुले सुधार्न पर्छ सुधार्न आवश्यक छ
निर्वाचित जनप्रतिनिधिहरुले जनताको भावना अनुसार बढ्नुपर्छ आफूलाई हैन कि जनतालाई आम ठाउँमा राखेर जनताको सेवा सुविधा ध्यानमा राखेर अगाडि बढ्नुपर्छ
जनताको विकास नगर्ने आफू चाहिँ गाडी चढ्ने महँगो गाडी चढ्ने
यसले चाहिँ तपाईको दूरगामी रूपमा चाहिँ असर गर्छ सर यो एउटा चाहिँ यो पनि एक किसिमको चाहिँ भ्रष्टाचारकै एउटा प्रकृतिको रूपमा चाहिँ लिएको छु मैले
It is now time for some international news. Cambridge Analytica, the political consultancy at the center of the Facebook data sharing scandal, is shutting down. The firm was accused of improperly obtaining personal information on behalf of political clients. According to Facebook, data about up to 87 million of its members was harvested by a quiz app and then passed on to the political consultancy. The social network said its own probe into the matter would continue. The company has been accused of using the personal data of millions of Facebook users to sway the outcome of the US 2016 presidential election and the UK Brexit referendum. In March, Channel 4 aired undercover footage of Cambridge Analytica CEO Alexander Nix giving examples of how the firm could swing elections around the world with underhand tactics such as smear campaigns and honey traps. The UK-based company, which denies any wrongdoing, has an extensive record of working abroad on many election campaigns, including in Italy, Kenya and Nigeria. The World Health Organization (WHO) has said that air pollution still kills 7 million people each year, almost all of them in poor countries in Asia and Africa, and 9 out of 10 people on the planet breathe in polluted air following the release of its latest data on air pollution worldwide. According to the health institution, about a quarter of deaths from heart, stroke and lung cancer can be attributed to air pollution. These numbers have remained unchanged in the past years, with globally outdoor air pollution remaining high and largely unchanged, while indoor air pollution has got worse as people in many poorer countries continue to cook with solid fuel or kerosene instead of cleaner fuels such as gas and electricity. Women and children are the most at risk. World Health Organization's global assessment is based on satellite data and modeling overlaid on the database of more than 4,300 cities, and almost 50% increase compared to WHO last report in 2016, and is self-selecting because it is based on voluntary reporting with numbers that have been hugely revised since the previous report. The World Health Organization plans to organize in October the first conference on air pollution and health to speed up change at the global level. Share market has seen a hint of relief as the NEPSA index that had continuously spiraled down last week went up by 11.37 points, exceeding 1,360 points yesterday. However, the slight increase in the index still does not give respite to the overall status, as it still has to recover from major downfall experienced last month. Banks are still lacking funds for investment, and the high interest rates targeted to encourage public savings have not changed either. Experts opine the fluctuations in the share market are very natural. However, they also say there is a strong need to establish a body that authenticates rumors that can influence the market. The index for all sectors except financial institutions and manufacturing companies remained green yesterday. Transactions, however, were limited to 380 million rupees. It is now time for some international, in fact, sports news.
Sports news.
Liverpool has progressed to the grand finale of the UEFA Champions League for the first time in 11 years as it saw off AS Roma at the semi-final round in aggregate. The English Premier League club will now take on the two-time defending champions and record winners Real Madrid for the title. Despite the 4-2 loss in the second leg semi-final match played at Stadio Olimpico in the home ground of AS Roma, Liverpool secured their berth in the grand finale with a 7-6 aggregate win. Liverpool had won the first leg 5-2 at Anfield, while they narrowly avoided defeat in the second leg late last night. In the dramatic encounter, Roma were impressive against Liverpool. Sadio Mane scored the first goal of the match for Liverpool in the 9th minute of the match. However, an own goal from James Milner put the hosts on level terms. Georgina Wijnaldum restored Liverpool's lead in the 25th minute. Following that, AS Roma kept on charging shots at Liverpool's post, taking the match to another exciting level. Edin Dzeko equalized for Roma on the 52nd minute, while Razdan Nainggolan scored a late brace, scoring on the 86th minute and converting a penalty on the closing seconds of the match. However, Roma then ran out of time to add to their tally, and Liverpool, riding on their aggregate victory, thus ensured their place in the finals of the most coveted football tournament in Europe for the first time since 2007. It was Liverpool's first loss at the Champions League this season. They have also become the first English team to feature at the grand finale of the UEFA Champions League since 2012, when Chelsea won the tournament. Liverpool will now clash against 12-time champions Real Madrid at the grand finale in Kiev. Real Madrid had seen off Bayern Munich to reach the finals for the third successive season. Zinedine Zidane's side are aiming to win the title for the third time in 3 years. Delhi Daredevils have registered their third win of the ongoing Indian Premier League IPL season. In the rain-affected match played last night, Delhi Daredevils secured a thrilling 4-run win over Rajasthan Royals. Delhi lost the toss and were put to bat first in the match played at Firozshah Kotla. Delhi piled up 196 runs, losing 6 wickets in 17.1 overs when rain intervened. Rishabh Pant contributed 69 runs, skipper Shreyas Iyer scored a half-century, while Prithvi Shaw chipped in with 47 runs. The Rajasthan inning was shortened to 12 overs following second rain interruption. Rajasthan were given a revised target of 151 runs in 12 overs. Royals fell short by 4 runs as they scored 146 runs for the loss of 5 wickets. Josh Butler scored 67 runs while Darcy Short contributed 44. Trent Boult picked 2 wickets for Delhi. Delhi now has 6 points from 9 matches in the IPL. Kolkata Knight Riders takes on Chennai Super Kings in the only match slated under IPL later today. Former Aussie cricketer Justin Langer has been appointed as the new coach of the Australian cricket team, which was drawn to criticisms following the recent infamous ball tampering issue. Langer has been appointed as the coach after the position was vacant following the resignation of Darren Lehmann. Cricket Australia assigned the responsibility to Langer for 4 years following a detailed study. He will be coaching the side in all 3 formats of the game. Danga was previously working as an assistant coach. Province number 7 has lifted the Malan Vandari Memorial Under-16 cricket title, defeating province number 2 by 24 runs in the finals held at the Kantipur cricket ground yesterday. Having won the toss, province number 7 scored 208 runs in the stipulated 30 overs for the loss of 7 wickets. Rahul Vandari contributed 38 runs, Roshan Saud scored 37, while Hriday Vitari chipped in with 33 runs for province number 7. For province number 2, Vivek Yadav took 2 wickets, while Bikram Kuswa, Sansad Ali Mansoor and Nikhil Singh claimed a wicket each. In reply, province number 2 was restricted to 184 runs in 30 overs, losing 9 wickets. Despite a positive start to the chase, having scored 153 runs for the loss of 4 wickets, province number 2 lost next 5 wickets for 31 runs to lose the match by 24 runs. Amit Yadav scored for 80 runs for province number 2 but could not take his side to victory. Moaz Lothe claimed 5 wickets to derail the province 2 innings. Narendra South, who was later awarded best bowler of the tournament, took 3 wickets. Amit Yadav of province number 2 was declared the tournament's best batsman. Likewise, Vivek Yadav from province number 2 was adjudged the man of the match. Winners province number 7 bagged a cash prize of 250,000 rupees along with the winners trophy, while runners up province number 2 took home 150,000 rupees. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Have a great day ahead.